Okay, before we get started today, a quick public service announcement. As techie as I am, this whole making video stuff is still new and confusing to me. So if you're ever going to use a Zoom H1 to record your audio via lavalier microphone or lapel mic, make sure that you flip the switch on the wire that switches between smartphone and camera mode to on. Otherwise, you're going to miss over 17 minutes of your audio that should have been recorded. So I apologize in advance. The audio is going to suck for one more video, as if the last video wasn't brutal enough. Anyway, I'm an idiot. On to the dash cam review. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox the Thinkware F770 and see what you get for $5 million, $550 Canadian. We have the Thinkware Dashcam F770 unboxed on the table. So the rear camera kit comes with a long cable and a rear camera. You have your manuals and cabling for the power. You have the unit itself, which I'll go over in a minute. You have all your extra accessories like the hardwiring kit to the vehicle. You have your memory card, your actual mounting plate, 3M stickies, a memory card reader, a 3M double-sided tape, which I assume is extra for mounting one of the cameras, and this silica gel packet, which I think is pretty good if you put in your coffee. Let's look at the actual unit. This is the front camera. Of course, both cameras in this system are 1080p. This Thinkware system has hard buttons, which is nice. The recording button, the audio on and off button, the Wi-Fi, formatting and power button. You have your actual adjustable camera to adjust the aim once it's mounted up to the glass, like so. And there's a little door on the side that covers where your cabling goes in. And on the back, we have the micro SD card reader. Okay, so this camera, do I like it? Yes, I love this camera. Compared to the Blackview DR650, I think that this camera is the superior device, and that's for a couple of reasons that I'll show you. The one thing is video quality. Video quality with this camera, 1080p front camera, 1080p rear camera, is, in my opinion, it can be subjective, I guess, is superior quality. There's no question that the rear camera quality is superior with the Thinkware product instead of the Blackview product. I found that the camera on the Blackview was it was completely useless. You couldn't see anything. Low light, it was all blotchy and dark. That camera shouldn't have even been included in that package. It was 720p, but the sensor was garbage. At nighttime, the Blackview sensor was completely washed out, dead pixels, hundreds of dead pixels. This one I haven't noticed any dead pixels at all. I've looked at footage from driving around at night, and the sensor actually seems to be really good. It has a sort of quasi HDR, high dynamic range included, where it kind of gives you that over and under exposure mixed together, so you get brighter dark areas, darker bright areas. It just gives you more definition in the picture if that option is checked. Night mode is nice. You can see pretty well through the camera, so you can pick up anyone who's around your car late at night. So the form factor, I found that this camera was slim. The design of it is nice. It tucks away up near your headliner. It's not very noticeable from the outside, especially if you turn off the security LED. Having the buttons on the front that are clearly labeled is a huge step above Blackview, where it was kind of confusing. You had a couple touch buttons that it wasn't really clear how to use them or what they did, so you kind of had to mess around. This one's nice. What I love about this one is it actually has a power button. So you can press the power button to shut the camera off. So say I come home at the end of the day or end of a work week and I want to park my vehicle inside a private garage where I don't need my cameras to be running while it's parked. I can hit that power button and it'll shut off the camera, and I don't have to worry about it killing my battery or having to reach up and unplug wires, which was the only way to shut off the Blackview, which was completely unacceptable. The memory card access on this camera is also far superior. You can very easily slide this camera off of the windshield, and you can access the micro SD card slot in the back of the camera, pull it right out of there, hook it back up, get all the things that you need off of your memory card, and then plug it back in very easily. This unit also self-regulates voltage, battery voltage. It'll monitor your vehicle's battery voltage and will shut off the unit when it reaches a predetermined voltage level. I will say some of the negative aspects of this camera. Price, it is kind of expensive. In Canada, it's 550 bucks, give or take, depending on the deal that you get. The design of it, the look of it, I think it looks a little old. It sort of reminded me of like an old 8-track player. It's just kind of plasticky and it's not very fancy. The Blackview camera actually looked really sleek, futuristic. This one kind of looked dated. One thing is the voice overlay. Another negative point is there is a way to disable them. With the Blackview I liked in the software, you could choose each individual message and you could turn off the ones that you didn't want to hear about. This one you can't. You have a volume controller in the software. The volume controller will allow you to either mute all of the notifications, and I mean all of the notifications, or you're going to have to listen to this thing talking to you a lot. I think the music that this thing plays, all the chimes and stuff, they're actually, it's funny. It's really, it goes along with that whole feeling of a dated unit with the design, is all the songs that this thing plays. It's going to remind you of being a kid growing up watching like TGIF and stuff like that. One thing that really bothered me was every 3 weeks, this unit will give you a warning that you need to format your memory card. Format your memory card, format your memory card for data integrity, and it will hound you every time you turn the car on. Not once, not twice, but thrice. It will give you 3 of these super annoying warnings that tell you format memory card to preserve data integrity. Blah, blah, blah.
Regularly format memory card for data integrity. Regularly format memory card for data integrity. Regularly format memory card for data integrity.
And well, I shouldn't say that there's no way to shut it down. I found a way to shut it down, but for the average user, I think that it is beyond annoying to have to actually take your memory card out of the unit, bring it into a computer, a desktop computer, a card reader, and you have to go in and modify one of the config files. It's a .bin file that's in one of the folders on the memory card, and there's a way that you can change the notification for when it's warning you. Motion sensitivity, I found with this camera, is very good. I can set it to the lowest motion sensitivity, and it doesn't record every single thing all night long like the Blackview did. The Blackview would record nonstop and fill up my memory card. That's actually another good point about this, is that the memory card is partitioned. There's a couple different ways you can partition it, so you can reserve how much of the memory card you want to have for continuous recording, for parking mode recording, for manual recording, because there's a manual button on this one. Imagine that. Great idea. If you're driving down the road, you see something crazy happening, you hit that manual button and it starts recording instantly, and it actually records from 10 seconds prior to when you press the button, and it'll record, I believe it's a 20-second chunk. Actually, tonight I was out for dinner, and when I was reviewing my footage after I got back to the car, I saw that there was a car accident behind where my car was parked. And unfortunately, it didn't trip the motion sensitivity, because until the vehicle crashed, there was nothing moving. So when this eventually did pick up movement, the car had already crashed, people were getting out of the car, and it was funny, it recorded, you know, the ambulance showing up, the police showing up, the tow trucks, but I missed the moment that the actual accident occurred, which I thought would have been really cool to get on camera. But that's not really what the dash cam is for. The dash cam is to protect the immediate area surrounding my car. I'll bet if I had the Blackview camera, it would have recorded the whole thing, albeit in extremely poor quality. One of the things that happened when I was driving on my way to work was I was driving down the road and there was someone on a bike, and my light was red, it turned green, and I started driving, and this person on the bike crossed the intersection through the red light, and I actually had to apply my brakes. It doesn't look as dramatic in the video as it was actually out driving on the road. The f***? So another funny clip was I was sitting at a gas station. I was actually about to go through a touchless car wash, and there was a car in front of me that clearly didn't know how to make heads or tails of a touchless wash, and he just cruised right on past the undercarriage wash for his car, which I thought was kind of funny. There was also another moment when I was driving down one of the streets and I had my windows down and my music was playing, and there was a guy on a motorcycle who thought he would jam out to my music. So I highly recommend, if you don't have a dash cam, what are you waiting for? That's crazy talk. You need to get a dash cam yesterday, because even if you're not interested in all the cool, goofy things that you can pick up on these things, liability-wise, protection of your car, if you're driving around, there's so many idiots that anything can happen. And if you don't, well, good luck to you, but I don't recommend it. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you think that the F770 is good, if you have it, if you use a different dash cam, let me know which dash cam you have. And as always, thank you for checking out my video. Please continue to subscribe. I don't know where the button's going to be. I didn't think this through. But subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. I would do it for you. And let's keep the channel growing, and I'm going to make sure that the quality keeps on going up and up with these videos. So we'll see you guys in the next one.